Hello everyone and welcome. This is Alex and welcome back to the Desk of Alex and the series Building from Scratch, where I journal on my process with a software development startup working on an application. And it was an interesting last video. The second video, the first video exceeded my expectations, getting 10 to 20 views even, and then the second video dashed those expectations by getting one view. So certainly I'm doing something. So let's see if we can keep this one short and sweet, and maybe that'll help. So over the last week, obviously it was a little bit slow because of Thanksgiving. I have been working with my friend who has tentatively joined the project as a co-founder and has really brought a lot of professionalism to the project. His background is in project management and product management for video games and entertainment. My background's in project management and IT, but mostly, but not necessarily software development. But pretty much in the last week, mostly what we've been doing is just trying to hammer out how we're going to communicate with each other, because despite working with the development team for the last few months, most of the documentation that I've been doing has been local. And so now that I'm bringing somebody else in who needs to be able to comment and view it, we need to find some method that is that resides in the cloud, allows for collaboration. So we've been looking at Confluence, we've been looking at ClickUp possibly. I think we've pretty much crossed Google Docs and Notion off the list. Notion because the price is too steep and the free version is just too limited, whereas Confluence and ClickUp both seem to have pretty robust free versions that would allow us to really get started, but then to also expand if we, at some point, if we feel it's necessary. We've also started to rethink the path forward and what the roadmap looks like for the app, since maybe the app is not sexy enough. We both did some research on similar apps on Kickstarter and found that, one, the campaigns all looked relatively amateurish, and two, they did not generate enough funding. Now, maybe that was tied to the fact that the campaign seemed amateurish, and so I'm not saying no, it'll never happen, but I don't know if it's necessarily the pillar that we should be basing the project or the future of the app on. So we'll continue rethinking on that. And then also one of the things I did in the last week that I wanted to share a little bit of when you are creating, so when you want to start releasing the builds of the app to the Apple Store, whether for flight test or things like that, or to the Android marketplace, you need to create developer accounts. And in order to create developer accounts, you have to have a DUNS number, which is created by Dun & Bradstreet. And I'll show you a link in the description. So when I was told about this, I went over to Dun & Bradstreet. I started registering for an account and saw that they do have a method to get the DUNS number for free, but it takes up to 30 days, I think, whereas there's a $250 fee to expedite the processing. And that sounded like a little bit of a jab, but at the same time, I said, fine, whatever. So I started the process and then went back over to the Apple developer account creation and saw that actually there is a link there to request a DUNS number via the Apple developer account sign-up page. And if you request the DUNS number via the Apple developer account sign-up page, you get free expedite processing. So I'll share a link to where that is. Okay, so thank you, everyone. That wraps it up for this week. As always, let me know if you have any questions or if there's any suggestions that you have on either the process of developing and releasing an app or how to make these videos more interesting. I'm all ears, certainly. I hope everyone has a great week, and I'll talk to you all next week. Take care. Bye-bye.